celestial beings. You're not alone. There is hope.
You're like the Himalayas.
That one we got. Good job, Mike.
Perfect.
Oh, almost yanked that out. What's up, boys?
Greetings.
What's up?
What's up?
What's
It's
up? We chilling.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, indeed,
Praise.
dude.
Hallelujah.
Praise to our good Lord. This is actually a church episode.
Sermon.
We'll be praying.
We're 1 week too late for Good Friday. Or two. Something.
That's okay.
Because we were still in France.
We.
Yeah.
In the land of the free.
In the land of the free.
And bread and wine.
We.
Yeah.
France is badass, dude.
Yeah.
And
I
Mike
agree.
was telling me when he came back, he's like, you gotta play a show in France. And I
Yeah.
was like, Mike, we'll set it up eventually.
Yeah, we'll
But
get there.
One step at a time.
Exactly.
Have you been, John?
No.
You've never
I've never been to Europe. I've never crossed
Oh,
the
wow.
Atlantic.
Uh-huh.
I want to do it by ship the first time I do it.
Like a 3-month journey on like
That
a
would actually
packed
be sick.
fucking like freighter.
No, a cruise, dude.
Oh, a cruise would be.
I
chill, yeah.
fantasize about long journeys like
Yeah.
that where I have no responsibility.
Uh-huh.
Like when I drove from Ohio to LA, it was like I could not wait to just be cruising. Like I love
Yeah,
that feeling.
I
of-
feel that, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like no one's gonna fuck with me. Like I am completely out here. Like, and then like, you know, like hour 9 behind the wheel, you start to lose your shit a little bit.
A little bit.
But then you stop at a a little hotel.
AM, PM.
Yeah, and then the next morning you're free again. AM, PM. Grab as much nicotine as you can.
Exactly. Nicotine and those fucking nitro cold brews in a can.
Yeah, anything for entertainment. It's
Yeah.
like I just want to feel something right now. Dude, on that journey, actually, that's how I got addicted to Juul.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Driving.
I could see that.
Yeah, I bought a Juul right before that trip, and I went through like pod after pod after pod,
Yeah.
and I was like, these are the greatest things ever.
Jewels are good.
Yeah, and then I
They're
moved in
good.
with Mike, and I feared judgment for my juuling, and so I would go out on the porch and Juul. And one day he's like, "You can do that in here," and it stemmed like a 5-year hiatus of me vaping. Like
It did.
Wow.
I honestly had no opinion for that because I was just like, it's something that, the younger millennial, older Gen Z folk do.
Yeah.
I have no judgment for this. In fact, it spurred into other uses of other things.
Well, until you see the factory workers in China like
Oh my
testing them
God,
with their
dude.
mouth.
Are jewels made in China?
No, Juul was actually, I think, a U.S.
Product?
It was part of what's like the big the tobacco. Oh no! Actually, I have a crazy story about this. So, it was a startup, and then they got bought out by who owns Marlboro?
Philip Morris.
Philip Morris. Philip Morris bought Juul to kill it. Essentially, it seems like, and there was a rumor going around that every person who worked for Juul got $1 million. Like,
To like quit or?
no, they got bought out. So when like
Okay.
a startup gets bought out, like they'll usually distribute the funds and everyone gets paid. But like
Damn.
even big tech startups that have, I don't know, 100 people or like 70 people, like
Yeah.
people make a 6-figure bonus. Like it's not,
Damn.
which is big, obviously. But
Yeah.
like this guy was a truck driver. He delivered Juul. And I asked him, I was in the parking lot, I was up in Thousand Oaks. And I was like, bro, like, did you get $1 million because like you work at Juul? He's like, yeah.
Whoa, the truck
What?
drivers. Really? That's fucking dope.
Oh my God.
for him.
I think it was like a several $100 million deal
Yeah.
for Juul. I mean, dude, it was everybody Juuled. Like
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
everybody Juuled.
So that's when they bought it after it was already popular and they tried to kill it, you're saying?
yeah.
Oh. And they did. Success.
Yeah, because, well, what's weird is California got rid of like all the flavored.
Menthol
Well, they
and flavored.
yeah, so basically all we were left with was like tobacco, which was fucking disgusting.
That was a bad flavor.
And so that's when I went to the Chinaman's vape, which is like the, those like,
Oh, just
whatever,
the
like-
e-cigs?
no, like the
Oh.
little pebbles and like all the different like weird vapes that come out of China.
The bajillion knockoff titles.
Like
yeah.
Flume and shit.
Yeah. And we're like Googling, like, is there a vape that's made in the U.S.? And it's like the tank with like the
Yeah, the big
embarrassing
ones.
thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, we endeavored down that path a little bit. during
Really?
COVID, but I did not
You got
fear
a big
judgment.
boy?
Not a big boy, but like, like something
Yeah.
you're still embarrassed
That's
about.
so funny.
Yeah.
For me, that's definitely a look.
Yeah, for sure. That was not one I wanted to be in public doing. And then Zin came along, and here we are.
Yeah.
Aside from all that nicotine shit you should not do, congratulations, boys.
Congrats.
This is a big deal.
Heavy congratulations.
It's very
Heavy.
surreal. Like
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
last night, I had so many so our album's out, Hope, for all those listening. You should check it out for sure. We put a lot of time and love into it, and it's super exciting because we've been listening to it for like fuck, man, like 6 months,
Yeah.
7 months.
Yeah, maybe more.
Yeah.
I think a year when we started mixing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first song we did was Something Real, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
It was
Correct. In
And
my living
with
room.
Flow. Yeah.
And it was sick,
Yeah,
dude.
your old
That-
In my
apartment.
living room.
Yeah.
It's so funny when you release music and you listen to it, you like get this whole new image of it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
when it comes
I
to
agree.
Spotify, like in last night, I was so nervous that I set up I knew the order of songs was right, but we had 2 versions of Otherworlds, like the single version
Oh,
and
yeah.
the album version. One starts with like a little intro, so it's not too abrupt as a single, which is what most people have heard by now. And then the other one starts right on the first note.
Love that transition.
Dude, it
Yeah,
works
it
so,
worked so
well.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so nervous because, like,
Yeah.
in Samply, which Samply is like for those listening, it's like a platform you can share like versions of mixes on, and you showed it to us. It's really convenient,
great.
but it doesn't play through the same way Spotify or Apple Music does. And so I was just kind of like, I hope this works. And
Of course it does.
That it did.
yeah, well, you did a great
Yeah.
job.
This is
Flo.
why I get paid the big bucks.
No, it was
Smooth.
smooth as silk. No
Yeah.
cut off.
Real smooth.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's a really pretty album. I'm
It is.
tooting my own horn, but
course,
like
yeah.
our own horn. But like it from beginning to end, I listened to it twice today. I was like, "Fuck,
Yeah.
man!" Like this
Yeah.
it's really cool. And the Hope title, like you saw the reel, obviously that I
Yeah,
made.
it's really cool.
Oh,
All of us saying the name.
yeah.
Yeah.
It all came together.
Celestial.
Celestial.
I had a hard time with the order because everyone
Yeah.
said it at different volumes. But then I knew
Yeah.
Neil would be last because he like raises his hands. He's like celestial. It's like this very
Celestial.
because in the video it's funny. All those videos are us saying what we were doing that day. It
Yeah,
was
that was
really cool.
like the interview question,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Which is really cool. They're all like very fun to watch. We should release those.
Yeah.
But yours was the only one where you didn't say celestial in the first part of it, and Ellie, who was filming, was like,
Who are you?
"Yeah," and who are you
Yeah.
playing with? And you're like, "Celestial." So it was like it was fucking beautiful, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Shout out
me.
to Ellie.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real. It keeps us on track.
Yeah, I made that at like 11:30 in my hotel in Bakersfield, and
Hell
I was
yeah.
just like, "This is
Hell
gonna
yeah.
be so cool, man!"
Yeah.
Like,
It's fucking awesome. I was at a concert last night with Maddie and her friends, her roommates, and we listened to it on the way back because I had just come out and I was getting like so emotional. I was like, keep it together.
Keep it together.
it's emotional.
This is a
man.
journey, you know?
Yeah.
It's-
Oh, yeah.
Did they like it?
Yeah, very much. Yeah, very impressed.
That's so cool. Yeah, we've gotten a bunch. I've gotten a bunch of texts. It's been really supportive. Shout out to Tom. How do you say Tom's last name? Tom
Descendo.
DeSando. Okay, I didn't want to fuck that up. Shout out to Tom DeSando. He's been like really digging it. He's the one
Hell
who
yeah.
edited our music video.
Great guy.
Yeah, super talented. Very, very, very kind. But yeah, it's like it's a very cool feeling.
Yeah.
Like when people start like, "Dude, this is amazing," like whatever.
Mhm.
Like, thank you so much for listening. Anyone listening to this now, it's surreal. It's like last night we were just chilling on the rooftop.
Yep.
Nice.
And right at 9:00 it comes out. Because I also was afraid that I set it to like each time zone. So when I set the
yeah.
countdown on Instagram, I was like, "Oh fuck, wait, maybe it doesn't come out till midnight here." 'Cause
Right.
you have that option to like
Yeah.
each time zone at midnight, or you can
Mhm.
set it to like
Roll
East Coast.
out.
Yeah. And thankfully I did that. So we just chilled up here and listened to it, and I was like, "There's this weird sense of relief and excitement, and just like we created something that I feel is a little bit different than like a lot of first projects. It's not just like oh, we're gonna sound like this band or that band. Like it's all over the place, but it still all sounds like Celestial, which is really exciting. And we kind of got lucky in the sense with the way the songs flow.
I think it flows very well.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
exciting. So
Good track listing.
Yeah, definitely. That was a good call of the order.
well, we tested it with shows. That's what
Right.
like helped it
Yeah.
so much.
That
That's
did
true.
help.
Like Otherworlds was great to go into first on shows because it's like pretty high energy.
Yeah,
and, like,
upbeat, but it's not like I think Something Real is the heaviest on the album, so that's like a good closer. But Otherworlds is a great opener because
Yeah.
just
It-
comes in rocking.
for sure. And it goes from Something Real into Keep in Touch, which is like
Yeah.
such a nice dip.
It's a
And,
dip.
dude. Keep in Touch is fucking unreal pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so pretty.
it's a pretty song. It's sad.
It is.
You know, you like even
sucks.
me, I fucking wrote that song, and like it comes on, and I'm like, can I do it right now?
Right? Could I
Can I do
put
it?
this on play and listen to it?
Yeah.
I've skipped it several times. for
Yeah.
that reason.
You sometimes have to.
You have to
It's just one
skip
of those songs you have to be you
Mentally
need it.
prepared.
But
Prepared.
songs like that, you know, they serve a purpose
Yeah.
at the same time. But you know,
You ever hear an album?
Trigger
it's like
warning.
The whole thing is sad like that. Like folk does that
yeah.
to
I have one rap album. It's by Saba. I don't know. You ever listen to Saba?
Not really. No.
No? You would like him. It's a great
Yeah.
album, but like
Which one is it?
it's called Care for Me,
Care for Me. Okay.
and it's
Damn.
just like it's got like a tough backstory. Like he went through some shit. I don't even say it because it's sad, but like just the whole album, you're like, ugh, it's so good. It hurts so good.
I was gonna say,
You
so,
know?
so despite the name, it's not really care at all. It's lack of care.
Well, like, no, it's like super sensitive and like really well written, but like you know, you got to be in a mood. Not a
Okay.
party song.
You know, it's funny you say that because a lot of my friends I remember one time I went back to Ohio and my brother showed me the Camp album, CAAMP, if anyone's interested. They inspired a bunch of my music before, like all the folk stuff. Like basically, I never wrote folk music. I listened to Camp and I was like, I'm going to make some fucking folk music because it
Hell
was
yeah.
acoustic and just like the lyrics, and I loved it. And they're Ohio boys. And there's a certain like feeling I get when I know people who grew up in Ohio and
Sure.
Pennsylvania, like something about the Midwest. Indiana I don't relate to as much, but like Ohio especially, obviously I'm from there, where like there's always a heaviness to certain personality, everyone's personality, I think, because of in history, like jobs have left Ohio. Cleveland's gone through like really shitty times.
Sure.
Columbus has always been like Ohio State, the college and all that stuff, but like
Really, the whole Midwest. That's
Yeah,
kinda
Yeah,
been
in
through
pockets,
it.
right? Some are
Yeah.
good, some are bad. Like
Yeah.
bigger cities are less susceptible to that, but yeah, the smaller towns for sure.
so everyone's
Yeah.
family has a little bit of that. Alcohol is like a super prominent thing for
Sure,
good and
yeah.
bad. You know, I
Yeah,
mean, we
yeah.
drink a bunch of beer and stuff.
Medicine.
Yeah, but we go through winters that are like the lake effect and everything.
Fuck.
The
It's-
worst.
it-
The worst in the country, I think.
Besides like Michigan, like I think Michigan Peninsula is probably
Yeah,
the worst.
holy
Like
Michigan and Illinois.
Yeah. Holy. fuck.
Chicago is tough.
Chicago,
my God.
yeah.
But like Chicago, you have the buzz of the city. You know,
Right. At
Cleveland
least
and like
you have people and
yeah.
infrastructure.
And so these dudes, they're from like more southern Ohio, but still like their songwriting was just so heavy, but so beautiful. It was like the perfect balance. It like I don't know, I can't really describe it, but it's just gorgeous.
Huh.
And all my friends found it, and I went back home after being a year here, and he played it for me in the car, and I just had shades on, and the whole time I was just like tearing up.
Wait, who played it?
My brother.
Oh, your brother.
And just the like it was like songs about brothers. Like it felt like
Right.
that. Like all my best friends, and we were like going through college, and I like lived far away now in this journey and everything. And I was like, holy shit! Like the whole time, just like, whoo, what are you doing to me, Evan? Like this is
Songs
crazy.
like that.
Yeah.
For sure. I remember once it not the same like location effect, but I came home. I must have been in college still, like junior year, and I came home for summer break, and I didn't come home that much that year, so it was like I was home for like 3 weeks, and so not much time out of the year compared to usual. And I was driving my dad's car with Nick, actually, my friend
Yeah.
Nick. And
Shout out NY. What is
yeah,
it?
914.
914. Yeah.
And that car didn't have it did have an aux cord, but like I had the new iPhone at that point, so I couldn't plug in. So we just started like picking out my dad's CDs,
Hell yeah.
which like I hadn't listened to a lot of those since I was like 6 or 7, you know, just like cruising with my dad, and we were obviously under the influence a little bit. me and Nick.
Jiving under the influence.
Within legal parameters, of course.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You're a kid.
And we put on "Rubber Soul" by the Beatles,
Oh,
and that
nice.
song, which you know I love, "In My Life" by the Beatles, and that's the first time I'd heard that probably since like 7 years old. And I was just like,
Heavy feeling.
heavy. So yeah, it's music can do that.
It
for
really
sure. I
does.
get
It's
that.
moving. But what I love about the album, to get back to that a little bit, is it goes from something real, which is just like fuck you in your face, like give me something to feel, and then keep in touch. You feel it all. You know, it's like
Yeah.
really like heartfelt and beautiful. And then it goes into Wonder, which Wonder is so unique to me because it's like kind of raw. It's very like roots of Celestial, which I love, and I love the bass line you play. Like it's so like the chords in the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's simple as fuck, and the drums sound super cool. They sound like very just like bare bones, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's like this really cool like way to end, and then
It's like a send off kind of anthem
Yeah,
in
it is.
some
Yeah.
way.
It's anthemic.
Like we're not going away forever, but we'll be back later.
Yeah, bittersweet in a way.
Yeah,
you know, it's
yeah,
like you
yeah.
feel very optimistic, but you're also kind of sad that the journey's ended. But like
Yeah.
you said, like there's more to come, but I don't want to wait.
yeah.
just all that.
Well, Flo came up with the idea to have everything else decrease. It's like all the instruments and everything goes down, the backup vocals go down, I think, and then it's just the vocals going to the very end.
Right.
And I thought that was so brilliant. And you told me it was like an accident at first or something.
No, it's like a classic move.
Okay.
Like a lot of old fade outs. That's the proper way to fade out something.
Oh,
There's
I
like
see.
one guy
drop off.
like rising. and the rest is,
Yeah,
like, lower.
yeah. I just whenever that ends, I just want to start from the beginning again.
Yeah.
That's what's so cool about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Mhm.
And man, I was thinking about this too. Like the We Are Not Alone. We Are
Yeah.
Not Alone has gotten the most use out of our for our social media, for like our branding, everything.
Yeah.
It is the perfect. Like we made that so whimsically. I literally told
Yeah.
you, I was like,
It's a story song.
yeah, but I remember telling you when we were. This is like what's cool about like we can't just go make a shitty song. Like that's what's fun about this because
Mhm.
I remember the contemplation or the reason we did that because that came out in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking crazy.
Mhm.
End of 23, but still like that's
Mhm.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember telling you like, yeah, Neil, we just gotta make like some shitty song we can put on our Spotify so we can claim the name and everything. And we wrote that.
Yeah.
And it was
That
so
the-
fun. And you mixed it, which is what's crazy too. Like
Yeah.
it sounds so fucking cool. And that like going from Wonder back into that at the beginning, it's like the journey starts again. It's so fucking
Yeah,
fun,
it's
man.
fun to
Like,
loop it.
I'm addicted to our own music right now.
Yeah, that's a great way to feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It is.
Do folks
mean-
know who the person in that intro is?
Oh yeah, the female voice,
Who
quote
is
unquote
that
female voice.
mystery voice.
Oh yeah, that's me.
That's John. Yeah,
I can do it in my. It's like we are celestial beings. You are not alone.
yeah. And then I just pitched it up,
Yeah.
so you really sound like a girl.
Our inspiration for
An
that was like
attractive girl.
Mike's out here fantasizing.
Oh.
Female John.
And I was like, John? Oh, it's John? What?
Can I see your Chat GPT history?
No. No. First thing, you don't sell your soul to a robot.
I love how ChatGPT they were saying like there's like millions of dollars being spent on processing thank yous.
Thank yous. Yeah. Isn't that
Wait, what does that
wild?
mean?
And you're just trying to. So when you do any sort of context typing back and forth dialogue, and I do too, I'm just trying to be like what I would do with the human interaction wise. If someone gives me information or really gives me something that's helpful, I say, "Oh, thanks for that," and I do. I say
with
thank you.
with the robot.
Yeah, I say thank you at the end of my dialogue stream, and he's like, "Yeah, no problem. Hit me up if you need anything else." And
Hit me up
That
is so funny.
That little back and forth parcel apparently costs so much money for power computation, which makes sense because it's just an extra unnecessary line.
Right.
But I also know that my robot overlords want to be, know that I'm nice to them.
Well,
before
for the
they-
future,
Exactly.
you want to build up a good rep.
I'm hedging my bets when they finally take over. They spare this one.
Man, he was nice to us at the beginning.
Exactly. So that's where that comes from.
I got
Okay,
sassy.
I get
I
what
got
you
real
mean.
sassy with my ChatGPT the other day.
Oh,
I literally
yeah?
told it to go fuck itself
What did it say?
because I was trying. So like the art, I wanted to like add movement to the art, and I was like,
Right.
I have no fucking idea how to do this. Like I was trying to do it in Canva. I was like, man, like all I want is like the little spaceships in the back to kind of move, and like maybe the beams to kind of like make some like movement and stuff.
Sure.
I went through 3 different exercises of like trying to get ChatGPT to work, and it would tell me like, yeah, we're gonna do this, all this detail, and it was like perfect. I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I want. And then it would just take like 2 hours and not spit anything out. And then I would close the app, not like close it, but I would leave the app to like do something else. I'd come back and I'd be like, yo, and it'd be like, what's up? And it'd be like,
You naive son of a
It's like
bitch.
the mediocre employee in the corner. Hey, you finished the report? Working on it.
Working on it.
and
That's
like
so
after the
funny.
third time, I literally wrote, "Go fuck yourself," and I was like, "You know what I want." Like I was such.
It does too.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like, can you remind me? Oh yeah, it's the album cover, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, bitch, I fucking exactly. Like, why do I have to remind you? You're a computer, like.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I was like, I'm done with
Now,
you.
John, he's processing millions of queries an hour. He probably got distracted a little bit. Maybe he was just looking at some other algorithms.
Well, he
on the
needs to
internet.
tell me that, or she needs to tell me.
Yeah, I was gonna say he.
They need to tell me that.
It.
Yeah, thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the proper word.
Let's not
Fucking loser.
humanize this thing too much.
Yeah.
So you
Not
got it on
yet.
the 4th iteration of
No, I didn't
after you
get
go
shit.
fuck yourself.
No,
Oh, you didn't get anything?
I literally just used for the reel I made to add movement. I don't know. It's like a effect, whatever, and I lined it up to the beat.
Okay.
Looks good.
So
Yeah.
the chatbot failed you. The GPT failed
Yeah,
you.
it fucking
Yeah.
failed me.
Oh,
I'm not
man.
giving it a fifth chance, dude. It's over for me and him.
You're on the blacklist now, John.
Yeah,
You're on the blacklist
real,
for
you're on the
future.
list.
Come take me, dude. If that's an opportunity, come take me. I'll join my ethereal gods in whatever comes after this. I'm not going to live in a robot-ruled world.
Yeah, for real. Does
Celestial
sound
beings.
torturous.
Nice.
I've done some pretty cool prompts with ChatGPT. I asked it to show me a bug's perspective once, which was the fucking most beautiful art. I mean,
Was it a video or just screenshots or what?
I mean,
I shouldn't say that. It's fucking AI, but yeah, it was fucking sick. It was like just giant flowers, massive bugs.
So it was outdoor mostly?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a really unique prompt. Let me
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
that.
Huh?
What made you think that? That's so cool.
I don't know. Just brainstorming with my friend. We were trying to get like awesome pictures. We did
Boobs.
a dog's perspective too.
Was it black and white?
It was blue and yellow.
Okay, that's close to the
That's
spectrum.
right.
Yeah, it's accurate
Yeah,
to what
yeah.
they see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Colorblind per se, but that's what they see. It's
Yeah,
like blues and yellows.
exactly.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, it's on the right track. Good to get on you, GPT. You know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. I watched like some reels of some like shows. I forget who it was, but I don't know if it was Coachella or like some other big show. But someone had ChatGPT, like a AI image as like their graphics for like the DJ.
Big show. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I don't even think it was a DJ. It was like an artist. So instead of like the screen showing graphics that they make and stuff, it was like AI, and you could tell. Like it's like the whole thing of like the zoom on people. You can tell it's
Yeah.
AI. And I just thought,
people look bad in that shit.
Yeah.
It still hasn't quite gotten people down.
no, they got extra fingers. And
Yeah.
shit like that.
They do.
Yeah.
Fucking mutants.
It's odd. But yeah, dude, really, really fucking dope week. But I want to talk about your guys' journey.
France.
Your
Where?
Atlantic crossing.
Magnifique.
c'est magnifique. I think I can let Mike take over.
Très bien.
Give us the rundown.
Mike, you talk. Mike.
I don't know what to describe really. So for everyone listening, this just kind of was just born out of nowhere, kind of just random trip that I decided to plan. Again, I'm just kind of the appendage to this whole organization. I don't really have any involvement other than like my own random consultations on certain things. But
Vibes.
long story, exactly, vibes, sure. Long story short, though, Mr. Florian here, our drummer, he had to go to France to A, collect some equipment for his music career, but B, also to kind of re-engage with his...
Wait, real quick. Did you get your speakers?
That's
Were
what's
they
funny
shipping?
about this story.
No.
Nah, bro, it was too expensive to ship.
He's saying...
You fucking could have. I would have helped like that.
Bro, but
I
it's
told-
it's better to just buy them here.
Oh,
We'll,
I
we'll
see.
wow.
just buy them
Oh,
here.
that's dude. We'll talk after.
We-
We could go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we learned that through
We could
multiple...
go crazy, man.
if we combine our forces, we could really go nuts with some
fucking like-
I
speakers.
can max the credit
2-foot
card of mine.
monitors.
Dude, my synchrony card's back down to like $0. So
Damn.
like,
Hell yeah.
rack it
That's
up.
good.
I just bought
Oh,
a
is
car,
that not
so
a good thing?
I'm like
Oh, you got a car?
extremely broke,
Hey.
but extremely happy. I'm out of the lease.
Nice. And you got a new one?
I
What you
I mean,
got?
no, it's not a new car.
Yeah, but
But-
it's new for you.
exactly.
What did you
new
get?
to me? I
What
got a
did you get?
Mazda.
Ooh,
Three.
good call.
Tasteful
Yeah,
yet affordable.
What are they? C50,
No,
CX3 or
I
something?
didn't get the SUV thing because
Okay.
it's really cool, but also, I don't know. It always feels like I'm super slow in the SUV, which is like kind of the point, I guess.
Yeah.
And also, the insurance was going to be like still
Makes sense.
expensive because the main reason why I ditched the lease was for the insurance
Hmm.
because they started like trying to murder me with insurance.
what were they
Cali.
charging you for insurance? Because insurance is fucking crazy here.
Yeah. So
It's insane.
dumb.
Like, but
So bad.
in the beginning, my insurance was $250.
Fuck me though. That's a lot.
That's a
That's
lot. But
ridiculous.
in the end, it's $360.
Holy shit,
Bro, mind
Yep.
you, I've been driving for 11 years. I never had an accident. I never
Yeah.
scratched a car.
baseline.
Do you know what we call that, Flo? We call that immigrant discrimination. That's what
You
we
think
call-
so?
Absolutely, because
Oh,
he's not a
wow.
citizen. He's a non-citizen English driver.
That's fucked up.
That's it. You're just lumped into high risk.
High risk.
I've seen
Also,
you drive.
Sherman Oaks is like,
They don't know that though.
He's doing donuts.
Merit it or not,
wait,
they don't know
what
that.
do you mean?
You're doing donuts in Death Valley. I don't think you deserve 360.
It's a rural road. Yeah, you just have fun on the
I mean, I was
road.
doing donuts in an empty
Exactly.
space.
Yeah, you're having
I
fun.
wasn't endangering anyone.
Exactly.
Maybe my car, that wasn't my car. It was like the company's car.
They found gravel in your engine.
Yes. In my engine bay, not in the engine.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy asked me, he's like, did you go off-road? I was like, nah, man, they're doing construction by my house. It's a nightmare. It's so much gravel. You wouldn't believe it.
Yeah. They're trying to make a dirt road in LA.
They're trying to bring it back, bro.
More cost effective.
Yeah, exactly.
Less maintenance.
No, it was basically him to do all these things, and it
Yes.
was through multiple consultation engagements in between food and drink that we decided it was not economically feasible for Flo to bring back those goods. So,
Yes.
still a productive trip, though, I would
After
say.
having spent all my money on beers,
food and drink.
beers and steaks, I was like, shit, I think I'm like a couple $100 short to ship the speakers.
That's partially my fault. I apologize.
No, actually, it was really incredibly expensive to ship stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been cheaper for me to get like 5 checked luggages and put everything in there than to ship it with
That's
FedEx.
With regular
ridiculous.
freight. Plus, with all the tariff shit going on,
I
you
was
have no
going to
idea
ask,
if
do you
they're
think
gonna
it's
flag
because
it.
of the current?
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
think like the price was already expensive, but now you're also at the mercy of like
immigrant customs.
because also like a lot of companies or like smaller companies have started like shipping their stuff to the US, labeling it like personal effect. So they're probably searching
Cracking down.
kind of like
Exactly.
every package.
Yep, that's why it's
Dude, when I went to Mexico, my wife brought like 2 laptops, and if you bring more than like 3 pieces of electronics or whatever, I had a Nintendo Switch they didn't look at. I was super pumped about that, but they make you pay a tax on the value, but it's like a significant tax. So like say, and they look up, they literally, this is their process. They're like, oh, 2 laptops, we're gonna pick the more expensive looking one. We're gonna Google it. And then tell you how much you owe. So like they Googled her laptop, and it's like what $1,800 like for a new MacBook.
Yeah, sure.
And they're like, "Oh, you owe us $300."
What?
And
That's
she's like,
so obnoxious.
"What the fuck are you talking about?" And they're like, "Yeah, you have to pay us $300." And she's like, "Fuck you, I'm not paying." Like, no.
Was
no.
that going there or back?
going in there?
Yeah.
Like if you bring it just to use there, they want to tax you on the value of it. Which
Damn.
is like I know we're all fired up about tariffs and stuff like that, but like
That's kind of
that is so fucking corrupt.
I
Even if you-
respect the
even
hustle.
if you drive there.
I do not.
I
They'll have you
respect
do
the
that?
hustle, man.
Even if you drive there.
I don't know. We flew.
Yeah.
Dude,
mean,
when you fly there,
give it a
it's-
shot,
wait.
Neil.
Yeah. My New York plates.
Dude, yeah, imagine driving your car across Mexico.
I won't.
They always tell you if you have an SUV, do not do that. I'm not talking from experience, folks. These are rumors. But that definitely the laptop thing in Mexico is like one of
Damn.
the craziest things I've ever seen. And Ellie, I give her credit, dude. She's like, "Fuck you."
She's
Like,
also a
Yeah.
local, knows everything.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And I'm not going to speak on like what you can and can't do, especially as someone who's not a national citizen of Mexico. But yeah, it's weird what things you can finagle yourself out of if you push hard enough.
I just think it'd be so funny if it were me because they would have like had like the little credit card thing.
Oh, bro.
And they would just
Yeah.
punch their number and be like,
Yeah,
"Here, I'm
here.
like, what am I paying for?" But I would have been like, "I don't understand everything
Yeah.
you're saying." So like, all
Don't
right, here you
wanna
go.
Get in trouble.
You know.
and you're less equipped to fight it, obviously. You're just
Yeah.
like, no bueno. Like,
No, me gusta.
yeah, no me gusta. Exactly. But no, it's weird. That's dumb. None of that in France, though. France is a void.
But actually, I was surprised when I arrived in LAX. I landed, and I texted Warren. I was like, "Yo, can you pick me up?"
What a friend.
Yeah.
And and I was like, "Don't come until I'm done with immigration,
Yeah,
because
sure.
it can last 2 hours."
No?
And Warren replied, "I cannot come pick you up. Best of luck with immigration." And when I enter immigration, there was nobody.
Ooh.
I didn't wait.
Huh.
And I asked like one of there's these people that tell you like, "Oh, you like go this lane, you go this lane," and the guy was like, "Yeah, man, take a mental picture of that shit. It happens once a year, and today is your lucky day."
Damn.
Did he
good
give you a
for
reason
you.
why? Did he give you a reason why?
No, it's just like sometimes you get lucky and there's just one plane arriving in this like 1 hour window in this terminal or whatever.
Yeah, because when you arrive during a rush hour,
Oh my
it
god!
sucks.
Oh my god! And you're American, so
It still sucks. Even with
Yeah.
global entry, it sucks.
yeah. But trust me, for us, it really
Dude, my
Yeah.
biggest fear whenever we come back is that Ellie gets taken into like some room. I have a
Yeah.
friend. I don't know if I've told this story on this podcast, but I have a friend from Mexico, and he has like a same name or something as like a cartel family.
Oh,
And so
Good God.
when he goes through it, he's told me twice he's had to strip down naked and do,
naked?
yeah, and do crunches. They make him do
Wait, that
crunches.
can't-
I swear to God,
That's
he.
fucked
why?
up.
Yeah, this dude's like a very like respectful. Like he would not fuck with me. He would not lie. Like he's a very down to earth person.
But why make?
Yeah,
why do
there's
crunches?
literally no point
Like,
of doing
something
crunches.
comes out of your butt?
That's a drug mule practice,
Really?
Flo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They want to see
I
if your
thought they
sphincter
just
can
have
hold
you
anything
bend
if you
over
put your
and
abdomen
like,
under
look into your
pressure.
ass.
Well, I'm sure there's that
They
one
probably-
too. But
yeah.
I mean, dude, how fucking humiliating! Like, get
Yeah.
down on
Yeah.
the cold floor, naked boy.
Bro, I
and
would
do-
just like pump like 500 sit-ups in front of them.
They're like, you
are
can
we
stop
done yet?
now."
Are we done yet?
are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? But bro, the immigration officer was so nice because I had like 4 cartons of cigarettes and some like cured meat, which is apparently like not really. It's
on,
like on the border.
it's on the bubble.
And it was like, how many cartons of cigarettes do you have there? I was like, 4. He was like, well, the maximum is 1. You know this, right? I was like, I didn't know. He was like, okay, what else you got in there? I was like, oh, like this cured meat. It was like, that doesn't look good for you, son. I was like, oh man, I'm sorry, but it's such a beautiful day today. He was like, all right, I'll give you a warning for this time.
Wow, interesting.
And he was probably like, yeah, man, I'm gonna enjoy this day. Like, there's so little to do compared to usual. He was like, let me not get myself into 2 hours of paperwork
Dang.
Yeah.
that nobody asked
Yeah, for
He
real.
was like, all right, just go. Get the fuck out of my way. I want to go take a break.
Dude, Mike, I love your story of like getting back into San Fran, and the guy like sees your Dodgers hat, and what did the TSA
Oh,
say?
yeah, no, it was a girl,
Biggest
yeah.
rivalry.
No, so I flew into SFO on the way back, and I had to go through customs just like everybody else. But it was back actually through security. It was going back into security to get back into the airport once you clear customs. So yeah, I go up to the TSA agent, and she's just looking at my passport and my itinerary, and she's like, "You know, you're not allowed to wear that hat here, right?"
Ah,
And I was wearing my black Dodgers hat. I'm like, "Well, you know, the crown's pretty heavy, so."
good clap
I
back.
thought you said like fuck or something. She was like,
So this is what she said. She goes, "Yeah, well, they spent all the money in the world, and they're still not fucking first in the division." And I was like, "Ooh,
They
like,
are now.
They are now."
Yeah.
But last week they were second, which I was like, "All right, that's a respectable
Only
counterpoint."
140 more games to go.
I said, no, I just let it lie. I just chuckle. I was like, haha, it's all good. But I almost want to say, like, you know, well, call us back when you win another World Series.
Yeah,
Like,
for real.
but I was like, she has access to deny me or allow me to proceed through security. So I'm just going to.
Yeah, play it cool.
Wait, side note, did you return your wallet
Oh, yeah, I
What?
in
did.
San Francisco?
I did.
Did it
I
work?
Yeah, it did.
What?
They actually sent
Hell
an
yeah.
email. Refund, fully refunded.
What is
Good
this?
man.
So this is so dumb. I tried to buy a nice designer wallet in SFO, thinking
Okay.
it would be cheaper.
On the way to
Paris,
Paris?
yes,
Yeah.
because I was like, oh, customs, duty free, blah blah blah.
Sure.
I found out because of tariffs that have been enacted
Not the case.
and the exchange rate that I actually could get it cheaper in Paris. So I actually went with Florian to the store to buy a said wallet, and I bought it there.
Nice, and then return the
Yeah, they returned the
SFO
other one.
You got it on you?
I do.
Nice.
Yeah, it's my new wallet. It's right here.
Oh, yeah.
It's right here,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's not leaving.
No, it's not.
it's
just
not leaving.
It's not
I mean,
leaving.
you can take a gander. It's a nice piece of hardware.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice piece of art.
Color palette, good,
Yeah,
fine
man.
fit and finish.
Can I see this social security card real quick?
I don't carry that around, bro. Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, that was one little side venture that was fun.
I want to hear about Flo's getting detained by the police for taking
Oh my
pictures.
god, dude! No, so
Yeah.
that was fun. So again,
Wait, real quick. I want to give you a shout out real quick. So, Liquid Life
yes,
by Ordinaires AF.
Yes.
Check out that song. It's Flo's other band. He has 3, maybe 5. We don't even know.
And I don't even know either.
But like Ordinaires _ AF. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fucking sick song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liquid
Really
Life.
chill vibe.
Check that out. Please
Yeah.
listen to that. You're supporting the band. You're supporting all of us here. Like, it's a really, really cool track.
Gracias.
Very like, dude, drive your car, put that up loud,
Yeah,
play it
yeah,
10
yeah.
fucking times in a row. You're gonna feel good
Yep.
after.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
quick little side note. So you guys
Thank
are promoting that. You're trying to make some content.
Yeah,
for this.
we're doing like a little video me
Yes.
and Antoine, and Mike was like the best camera assistant ever. Because basically the concept of
Repeating
videos.
repeating my performance with the Otherworld's music video. I'm just
Yeah.
replicating my efforts elsewhere around the world.
He's just
You say
spreading
you're
the
not
love.
like, you're not like a part of this. You're very much part of this.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
are.
for real.
You are.
Supporting cast, we'll say that.
But so the concept of the little video series is like we would go in like very crowded places and just stand still and do a time lapse, and people just like fly by around everywhere, like a lot of people. And so we do 1, we do 3, we do like 5 of them, and then we go to the Eiffel Tower, and we just set up our little thing. You know, we're like pretty far from the Eiffel Tower.
Not only that, you're like one of multitudes of tourists filming,
there's like
using video
a
cameras.
million people there taking pictures.
It's like
Of course.
Disney World.
And
Like
it's
an Eiffel
just
Tower.
like the two animals of us and Mike watching us, and we're there. And I see in the corner of my eye, I see the police come up to Mike, and I'm like, holy fuck.
And all I know how to say is, bonjour.
They start asking you for his papers and stuff. Not aggressive, but, you know, like definitely like a policeman
Yeah, sure.
tone.
Stern.
Yes.
Yeah, very stern. Very,
Yeah.
very stern. And he's like, bonjour. And I'm like, holy fuck. I know I have to not move, but I gotta go help this man.
Yeah, good on
So
you.
I go, and I'm like, oh, hello. Like, how can we help you? And bro, my friend Antoine comes in rushing, is like, what's up? We're not doing anything wrong. What do you guys want? And I was like, buddy, this might not be the best moment to be angry. And the guy, he was like, is there a problem? And the officer looks at him and is like, well, no problem, you say. We can always find one.
Oh, shit.
The three of us like decomposed, and he's like, okay, IDs. And Mike is like, yeah. And the guy's like, do you have ID? I'm like, well, I have like an American driver's license.
That's
I was
all
like,
I had. Yeah, my passport.
But
was
me
the hotel.
too.
Yeah.
Like, me too. I just had my American driver license because I left my passport home like a reasonable person.
Exactly.
You know, like
Not
a reasonable
losing that.
traveler.
Yeah,
Yep.
of course.
Bro, like, it lasted, I don't know, like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I don't know. Like, they just checked all the info and
They didn't
everything
even
was good.
ask questions though. They're just like, the dude literally held my ID,
Yeah.
arm's length from
I mean,
me, like
they
this.
gave up on you.
I know.
Like they just gave up on you, but they checked mine. Like they went into the like French database. They checked my name and everything. But it was definitely a result of my karma wrecking moment in the morning.
That just sounds fucked up.
I had a little whoopsie
Wait, what?
in the morning.
What happened? What happened?
That was the story you told earlier
yeah.
before the show.
Oh,
we can't talk
okay.
about.
There are some things that are
Dude.
better left
Yeah,
unsaid.
That feeling though of like when the police start coming for filming. That's when we were at Death Valley. I was just like, oh fuck.
Oh,
if
yeah, I
a
see
park
what
ranger
you mean.
shows up, they're gonna be an asshole. Like not like
Yeah.
actually an asshole. Like they're doing their job.
Yeah.
But like
We would have gotten a fine.
oh,
Yeah.
1,000%. Yeah. And it would have been like $300 a person.
Correct.
A pop?
So, yeah.
Yes.
Which I would have had to cover because I'm like, this is my fucking idea. You know what I mean? That was like my
That
commitment
would've
going into it.
sucked.
Because I could have went and got a permit, but I didn't. I didn't know till 2 days before.
It's
Even
foggy
with the
rules.
permit.
It's foggy rules. That's what I would argue.
Even with a permit,
Small
could
claims
we have
court.
done what we did?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have with a permit.
Oh, really?
yeah, 100%.
Instruments and everything?
Yeah,
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
why you have a permit.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
People do
cool.
it. There's a bunch of music videos filmed in Death Valley.
Gotcha,
but that
gotcha.
feeling of, I remember Warren, he's the fucking man for this, dude. Like, we were like, there's like some people, like hikers walking by. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
let's wait a little bit. And Warren's like, I don't mean to be a, bad
Good
guy
impression.
here, but we gotta, if we're gonna stop every time someone comes around, it's gonna take us all day. And I was like,
That's such a good impression. Spot on.
and I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, you're right, Warren. He's like, they probably like us. Like, we're like famous
Yeah.
to them. And I was
Yeah.
like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah, they were
Let's do
stopping
it.
and taking pictures and
That's
shit.
the point, though.
It's so funny, bro. We were in Montmartre, which is like a very famous place in Paris, and there's this little street where you can see like the
cathedral.
cathedral on the hill.
You go
And there's
upstairs.
a lot of people, and so it's me
Tons.
and Antoine standing still in this street, and there's like a gazillion people walking around, and there's this Mike standing there just looking over our stuff and just looking at us like this, like bouncing from left to right.
Yeah.
And bro, there's these two like girls that passed by. What did they say again?
They didn't really say anything. They were just kind of pausing and like looking at you, looking at me, like trying to figure out what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I reassured them.
And then he was like, famous people. But actually, thank God you were here. Because I think without you, I don't think we would have done it. And
Sure.
we would have done it, but we would have been pussies about it.
Yeah, it would have been harder.
I was just
Yeah.
more of like the reassuring presence. Like, I've got your phone if someone wants to knock it over.
No, and also
I'm
like,
seeing what your angles look like, your distance,
and
that
also
you're
like,
centered.
you just have this "I don't give a fuck"
Yes.
attitude
For sure.
because you're not like we're not doing anything wrong.
No.
It's just we were like insecure, basically, about like looking a little
Statuey
stupid.
in a
Yeah.
public place. Yeah.
But then also
Take some
when
balls.
we were there, we were about to do it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, am I gonna do this?" And I see this actual like statue man who does this for a living, and he's like all painted in gold and stuff, and he's like putting his shit back in
Begging
his
for
bike.
money.
And I was like, you know what? Actually, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
I'm with the homies here. We're
Dude,
gonna.
I feel you on that because like I always go back to this saying it's like do I get nervous? Yes, but like this is what I do. Like there's no like if I'm gonna fucking do this, like I have to do this. Like this is fun actually. This is-
Exactly. Yeah.
Like think about how many music videos you watched as a kid that were filmed just like that.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Exactly.
And like you have to get over that. Like that is
Yep.
just part of the role we play. in music.
Attitude.
But
Yep.
Mike, you are the fucking man to travel with. Like there's
Oh, bro,
no
absolutely, bro. We had such a ball, man. Like honestly,
yeah.
it was so cool.
So many activities.
So many activities. I mean,
Biking,
well, yeah,
CrossFit.
Like, we had
The Cave of Wines.
the holy trinity of
Cave of
activities,
Wines.
which is eating, drinking, and walking around, and
Yeah,
people
yeah.
watching.
Were you
Yep.
clubbing?
I tried to get him to go to a
did.
DJ set, and we were always so tired because we'd usually start drinking around like lunchtime.
Well,
So we-
also, like
Yeah.
to be fair, it like in most cases, we ended our drinking sessions after clubbing hours.
yes.
It's just
Yeah.
like once you're at like a cafe, like
You just
on the
wanna stay at
patio
the
outside,
cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're like,
The chillest.
why
of
am I gonna
vibes.
go pay like $20 to go in and like $50 for a cocktail if I can just drink $3 pints here?
Oh.
You know what I mean?
$3
Like,
pints
Back
sounds
up.
magical.
Yeah, that was the craziest
Yeah,
thing you guys
yeah.
said. Like beers are like $3-4.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not everywhere in Paris, but there's like that's the good thing is I'm not from Paris, but now all my friends live there.
Yeah.
So at least I know like
Spots.
the spots to go, you know.
Yeah, and I got to tell you a lot of good neighborhoods I don't think I would have gone in as it was tourists.
Of course,
Like, I
yeah,
just
yeah.
didn't know about them. Like, you showed me the local pockets
Yes.
of Paris, which is what I love, and that city is amazing. So
It
I'm
is.
going to fully disclose. Like,
Incroyable.
I've been to a lot of cities in the world. I put Paris in my top 3. It's
Yeah.
not. Like, people say like people are snooty there. No, people are actually really nice if you try to speak
People
French.
are super nice, yeah.
It's
yeah.
cleaner than people say it was when I've heard people talk about it. Like, I
really?
love Paris, and it's
It's
super easy to get around.
Much cleaner than here.
Like
no, I
subway-
just didn't
like-
know it had a reputation
yeah.
of being dirty.
Subways everywhere. You can bike everywhere. It's an awesome city. I'm going back. Period.
I'm
That was
going
your
back.
first time?
No, I went when I was in high school, but I was
Yeah,
being
you were in
shuttled
high
around on a
school,
tour
yeah,
bus.
sure,
Like, I didn't get
sure.
to see the
Yeah.
city.
The real
I was there
city.
for 10 days. I got to really see everything.
Yeah.
So,
Any more stories?
I could
He
be,
took me to F45.
Oh, really? You saw a
Maybe
race?
that's why they died, like they had to close. Maybe someone like
Wait,
you
what?
brought someone like me in, and they actually had a heart attack.
dude, you actually kick ass.
Wait, tell me about this. What?
You know
You-
F45,
Yeah, of course.
bro. He brought me there.
Explain
we were
to the
like
listeners real quick.
mad hangover.
I
No,
didn't know
Mike,
they had him
explain. He's
there.
the LA
just-
champion of
it's just-
F45, bro.
no, I'm not.
Mike is the LA champion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah,
Here
Sherman
I am
Oaks
smoking
champion.
cigarettes, bro. He's the F45 champion. What am I going to talk about? F45, bro.
Just Sherman Oaks. I only won that competition. But anyway, no, F45 is like a high intensity workout that you go to. It's like CrossFit stuff. So you do a lot of like movement with your body, like plyo, push ups, jumping jack, burpee kind of stuff. And then you also mix it in with the weights. But I took Flo to the Paris version because they have one there, which
That's
I
so
love because
funny.
I can
Yeah,
work
I
out when
had
I'm
no
abroad.
idea.
I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I can go somewhere when I work out while I'm
It's
traveling.
international.
Exactly.
I would definitely not recommend going there jet lagged and hangover.
no.
Just like get a clean start, you know. I got like a
That's me, like the
very,
entirety of any vacation.
very poor start. Well, maybe don't go on vacation. But that was like a proper detox. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus
It
Lord.
jolts you
believe it.
into life because you're just sweating out
Holy.
everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy.
All the toxins.
It's like a cold plunge.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
I
boom.
honestly thought that I was gonna have a heart attack at some point.
Yeah.
Did you
Man.
feel
'Cause
like
it's
your heart
cardio.
like beating like crazy?
Oh, bro, I
uncontrollable?
almost threw up like 7 times.
See, John, I took you on a weight day. I took him on a cardio day, and it was a hard cardio day.
cardio would fuck me
Cardio
up.
fucks me too.
I did a kettlebell workout 3 days ago in a hotel
You
in a
were
hotel
saying
gym.
that.
Holy shit.
I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
And I was doing this to myself, but like the thing was, like other people in the gym were like taking up the other space. Like the only space I had was like
Yeah.
a little kettlebell. The fucking hotel gyms are like the size of this rooftop.
Yeah.
Or smaller.
Yeah.
And so there's like this dude. He keeps talking out loud. He's like, "You want to fuck with me?"
What?
Yeah, he kept like
At
saying-
the gym?
To like
Yeah.
pump himself up.
Yeah, he was like this. Like
What a fucking loser!
To
I'm
himself?
sorry, but
he was saying
Yeah,
that to himself.
that's such a. I mean, unless he's like a UFC fighter and he's prepping for a
Right.
fight.
he was ripped. Like he was jacked. He was like very African.
No, it's still crazy.
which sounds bad. Like he was he's like actually African. Like he had like the accent, like and everything. Like, so
okay.
I'm not gonna do it, obviously, but like
Do it.
no,
Do it.
Don't get this podcast canceled.
no. I mean, he was nice to me, but he kept saying things like that, and I was like, all right, well, he's got that space, and then I tried to
I'm
get on the,
definitely not taking it back. I don't want no trouble, sir. I'll just do my cardio over here. You
For
tell me when
real.
you're done.
yeah, and so I went in there to like, there's like a Peloton, and I was like, man, I'll just fucking do a Peloton for like a warm up.
Sure.
Well, like you have to log in. I'm like, fuck you, I'm not creating an account. Like this is annoying.
hell
So
no.
I see a glorious little 40-pound kettlebell in the corner, and I was like, I know how to do this. And so I set my own cycle up. But like, there's a thing of like, this dude's working hard. He's talking all kinds of shit to himself. You know, like I gotta fucking get after it now. And like I
To
can't.
himself.
Like I remember at one point, like I looked at my phone to see like, all right, I've probably been going for like a good half hour. I got another 15
Yeah.
minutes in me. It was like 15 minutes into it. I was like, shit. And I was doing a full body like circuit kind of thing.
Yeah.
And dude, my heart, like that's what I was saying. Like that's why I asked you. It's like I was like trying to catch my breath. It's like
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
just like, what's wrong with
Am
me?
I
Like
gonna
I need to work out more.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, I didn't have the feeling of I need to work out more because the people next to me were doing this apparently like most days and they were in the same state as me. So I was like, okay, it must be normal.
I go 4 to 6 days a week. It's never not hard.
It's never not hard.
Yeah.
yeah.
And bro, like the day after I got like massively drunk with my friend, I went to work out, and you know I'm doing my little like pull-up challenge. When I start, I do 1 set, 2 sets. I'm like, oh, not too bad. Given that like 3 hours ago I was like pissed drunk and I couldn't say my name, bro. But the 4th set, I finished the 8th rep, and I'm like, oh, this is the moment. And I turn around in the bush. Just everything comes out of me. I was
That's
like,
crazy.
well, fuck. I got to finish this now.
Expedited detox. It's okay.
Exactly.
That-
Just
that-
sped up the process.
That is funny. I've woken up a couple times hungover or like drunk. And I'm like, I'm going to the gym. What are you doing?
I gotta pee, dude.
All right.
I'll be right back.
All right. Sounds good.
Stand by.
But I've woken up a couple times just like still kind of drunk. Watch your headphones.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
catch.
Good catch.
Yeah. I'm like the kind of producer of this thing. You know?
I'm the lead producer of this show, boys. I know what I'm doing, all right?
Yeah. I always actually, side note, people like pay podcast producers a pretty good amount.
Oh yeah.
And now that I've done this so much, I'm like, why? Like, why do you have to pay them so? Like, it'd be nice to have someone.
Well,
do
also
it.
because like a lot of them are like more scripted. So they like, you know, they keep them on track
Keep you
and
on
they
track.
keep them on time and, you know, like they probably coordinate with the guests and the team and stuff.
Is that the same person who they always have looking up stuff on a laptop for them, or is that
Sometimes.
someone
Maybe,
else?
yeah, I don't know.
That's
Yeah.
Joe Rogan. He does that with Jamie.
Yeah, exactly.
I tell you, it would be nice to just show up here and have it all set up and everything. But
Of
I don't
course.
mind doing it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you get to a certain level, everyone gets paid a good
Yes.
amount. Yeah,
Exactly.
you can fucking show up and stand there.
Which
do
brings us to the
nothing.
next commercial
Yeah, yeah. It's a good time
communication
for
of the
our
day.
ad.
You can buy the Hope LP for $73 on Amazon.
Yeah, actually,
Special edition.
if you're a real fan, you buy the album.
Yeah. Are we on Bandcamp?
I don't.
That's a
I
good
haven't-
idea.
I haven't set that up. No.
Okay, tomorrow we will be on Bandcamp and you will go buy this album for the love of God because he loves you back.
I'm gonna buy the own album just so I can use it for intros and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I bought like all of our like Celestial songs
Hell
on
yeah.
iTunes.
On iTunes to use. Yeah, so
I
you
could
can
use
put
the
it
download,
in
but I'm like-
iMovie and shit.
I'm like, it's $1.20, whatever kind of thing. But
Yeah,
Well-
buy your music, guys.
yeah, I mean,
We should go back to that.
Yeah, I think so.
well,
It's going to be impossible. I mean, not impossible, but it's going to be very hard to
There's like a
convince
balance.
everyone.
there's like a balance to it. Like I think like buying it is great, but if you go to a model where everyone has to buy their music, like you're kind of dependent on a record label at that point. Like, how the
Oh,
fuck
I
are you
don't
gonna
think- are
pay?
you?
How
Yeah, I
are
don't
we
know.
gonna pay to like have 10,000 CDs made or like
Oh, no,
5,000?
but
I'm not
But-
talking about
like,
CDs. I'm
it
talking
can
about
be
like
digital.
iTunes.
Oh, okay. I see
Like-
what you're saying. Yeah.
It can be digital.
Yeah.
It could be Spotify.
That's what Bandcamp is.
Yeah, exactly. Or you
You
take
just buy
something
it and you download the files.
use the same UI as Spotify, make it equally efficient, but you just have
Yeah.
to buy the song.
I mean, that's what iTunes was.
yeah, exactly.
Basically,
Yeah.
like-
I think there's less exposure though. Like you're less willing to just listen to new music, which I
That
think
is
Well, there's
true.
like
if you're
previews
on a
and stuff.
budget. Yeah.
previews. Like I think like
Or you could get like 2 plays for free, and then if you like it, you download it.
yeah. My thoughts are very like
I think
for
there's,
us now. Like
there's more solutions than people think.
I think music for a long period of time, like as an artist, is going to cost you money. You know what I mean? Like it'd be nice, like if you're super famous, to have everyone just buy your music, but to get to that point, I think
I think it's like any company. If you think of opening a bakery, there's very little bakeries in this world that open and are profitable in year 1 or year 2. You know, like you have to buy all the equipment. You
Yeah.
have to like
Initial investment.
master your craft. You have to like figure out the supply chain. You have to figure out the marketing. It's a company. Music is like a business like any other.
Right.
It really is.
But
There's
at
like
least-
big corporations and mom and pop shops. For now, we're like
Yeah.
a mom and pop shop, and in 10 years, we'll be like a small corporation.
Yeah.
But at least
Big
with a
corporation.
bakery, you go in and you have to pay $3 for a croissant.
Exactly.
Every time.
That's
You know,
that's
with
that's
music,
the
there's
problem
a
with
bit of an
music is
extra
that
challenge.
it's like we
Which
got
is even
used
if
to
you-
having
yeah.
the commodity for free
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's not
or close to free.
Yeah, like the subscription
it's
model.
pretty much free.
I think just what's frustrating.
I have
is,
a genius idea to find a solution. I'm gonna go pee.
go pee. Go pee. Sure.
Think about it.
P rotation.
I think that I don't know. Like for me, given that I have a day job and stuff, I'm always shocked when like someone goes into music full time and they don't have like if they're past a certain age. I think when you're young, it's acceptable to like just do whatever you can to survive and make music, and that's going to be your living. But I think in my situation where I have a job, I'm very happy to give away music for free because I want to have people pay to come to shows. That's like
Right.
for me, like the goal is for people to come to shows, and then we'll have a Patreon. This podcast is a huge part of it for funding things. Once we get ads and stuff, which Flo should have an ad today, which is really funny. He's not paying for it, but like he should have an ad for his course he wants to sell. I'm gonna ask him when he gets back. We're-
Making a course.
Oh, you weren't there. Yeah,
Yeah.
the night before, like a couple days before he went to France, he has this like some course or something.
Like a production course?
I don't remember.
He's gonna have to explain it better.
Okay. Okay,
But
we'll let him
again,
talk about
alternative income streams, which is
Of
what
course,
someone
you
savvy
need-
does.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think with music, to me, it's always like, it's just the world you live in. Like I complain all the time to Ellie. Like she gets all the complaints. Like no one else gets complaints. And I'll say like, man, it's so fucked up. Like how do you make it in music? Like what is making it? Like I listen to these interviews about artists talking about how they lose money on shows. And I'm like, damn. all
Even
right.
big ones?
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
tour, like European tour. Just a tour in Europe will cost artists money, and they're like, "Well, we're losing, whatever, $2,000 a show, but like we're gonna get more exposure out of it." It's like, all right, well, where is it? Where is it made up? In like a lot of situations, I think it's made up by just like
I don't know.
it's like the record label like fronting you money, and you're always under that like.
But then they own you.
They do,
own your
exactly.
songs and they
That's-
own you as a brand.
And
It's
that's-
indentured servitude. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why we're doing this. That's why we're going the independent route. That's why we're learning about like meta ads. That's why we're
Sure.
like we're trying to do all these things because I think the independent route, it's never been more available to anybody. That's what
That's true.
Alec Norris talks about. Listen to that episode, our episode 28 with Alec. Like he's very convinced that the independent route with a by the way, his recording went well. He recorded last week.
Right.
He said it was the best 4 days of his life,
Aw.
which is really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he also said the album's incredible. Like our album.
Aw, what a man. He
Yeah.
already listened to it.
Oh, of course.
That's
He said
fucking
May
dope.
2nd. He's like, dude, May
Yeah.
2nd. That's the last day I'm going to listen. He
True
texted
to
me
his word.
dude,
Good man.
the truest man
Good
to
man.
his word. I've never felt more guilty in my life than we didn't go to his
Oh, that was recent, right?
yeah, his So Far Sounds or whatever that was, Breaking
And
Sound.
we'll be at the next one.
For
and
sure.
we'll do a show with him.
Exactly. But like, I mean, you have to build a community. It's like any business, like, right? Like back to that point, it's like, okay, you have to provide value, to people who are consuming it, and they have to be willing to pay.
Right.
And right, so like, I've paid for things out of just support plenty of times in my life, but I will buy so many T-shirts off of fucking Instagram because they look cool. It's not.
Right.
I'm not supporting shit.
I think what makes music hard is that it's not physical in nature. It's like, so you're talking about buying T-shirts on a whim off of Instagram. Well, that's easier to put a price tag on, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a physical thing you're buying. Music is a sound.
It's also like the service model.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everything in music has now been adjusted to a service model where you're paying monthly.
Subscription.
And even physical things will probably go down that
they
route
are.
at some point. Already, like clothing brands are doing something like that. Like
Everything.
Fabletics, for
Fuck
example.
Fabletics. Yeah, I got ripped off.
Really?
Hundreds of dollars, dude.
They make it
Yeah.
very hard to cancel, and they don't notify you
It's
when they do
so
recurring
hard to
billing.
cancel.
And you build up this giant, massive account of credits to buy their shit, and then when you go and do it, you're like, all right, I want to get out of this, and they make it very hard to cancel. They get their money's
hate
worth.
this.
Yeah.
It's just the world we live in. Like, so for instance, this also gives us power though as musicians, I think, because if we have, I don't know, 10,000 people who are willing to pay $1 a month to get more access to like the documentary we're doing for Distance,
Sure.
to pre-production interviews, additional podcasts, like to really become a fan. It's $1 a month. Like,
It's a great model.
you know, like
Yeah.
that will fund the projects. You know, then we don't
Yeah,
need a
yeah.
record label. Okay, what funds marketing? Okay, you need 15,000 people, whatever. Then you're funding all your marketing. And then your shows are going to hopefully make you money when they're domestic. And you take risks and you save up to go maybe do international stuff. You may not sell as well or something, but you're going to get more exposure. Like whatever it is, like I do think, like I wish like we could tell the story or live the story of we played shows all around LA. We got attention from A&Rs. We got a good record deal. We own our stuff. And we are blown up by a company that has the resources to...
No, but that just
It's a
simply
perfect world.
doesn't happen anymore.
Doesn't,
It
exactly.
does
No, totally.
not happen. I was talking to a friend who like works in a label, and he was telling me, dude, if you're waiting for a label to make you blow up, you already lost. Just
Exactly.
stop. Go
But
do
that-
something else.
And I've accepted that, and I'm actually very excited.
Yeah,
Like,
of
for
course.
me, it's like, well, sick. Now I get to hang out with my best fucking friends.
Yeah.
And I get to make sick-ass music. We record stuff. We film everything.
And then we find a way to like make it available to the people.
Exactly.
And make it appealing to the
Yeah.
people.
Getting
It's
it in ears is the most challenging thing. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm learning so much with like meta ads right now, and they're working. It's fantastic. Like, dude, we did one ad on like Keep in Touch, just the album cover, the song's just playing, and like it's done well. Like it's been very fucking cool all over the world, but like in the U.S. especially, it's done well.
Pretty much 1,500
Dude, we're paying
sounds in
Yeah.
less than a day.
Yeah, and like it's literally a like it's available to us. We can get good at it. We can get better at it, and we can start to be like we can take ownership. I remember telling Ellie like I was so excited about that because I was like, this is the one thing I can control. And I can
Yeah.
make good music for sure. I can't control if people like it, but I can control for fucking $10 a day. You know, like nothing. I mean,
how I
there's-
present it.
For the price
Yeah.
of a latte in LA,
Yeah.
you too
Yeah.
can become famous.
or the
A matcha.
price of a pint. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for real.
Less.
yeah.
Exactly, and it's I think it's a very cool time. Like I went through my phase. I do think I struggle with the not for us per se, but for anyone going into music. I think we have a good model, and it will grow and we'll have success. But I think for a lot of people like who haven't learned more about how this actually works and how you can fund things and monetize things without sounding like you're greedy. It's very like daunting. It's like, okay, well, I'm really good at this, right? Well, like, okay, how many songs are released a day? You know, like 100,000,
Yeah.
50,000 songs are released
Yeah.
a day.
About.
You know, like how do you stand out in that? And not even like stand out. Like a lot of it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
You know?
yeah. It's not even a matter of standing out anymore. It's just like, how do you make people pay attention?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like you, right? Like I think long form is really important. I think this podcast is really
Yeah.
important. You know, I think YouTube channel, incredibly, like our rooftop shows, check those out. They're fucking sick.
Yeah.
Our rooftop live performances, those are really fucking cool. And,
Yeah.
and we get better doing it. So it's like, it's cool now because I think you can combine, like I used to hate making reels. Now I'm like really enjoying it. I used to hate editing in YouTube or like putting up the podcast and stuff. Now it's like exciting. It's like I'm just getting better every single
Yeah.
time I do it. It's another little skill set, and that should be exciting to people. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, cool. Now you have control. Like you can be who you want to be.
Yeah,
in
also,
every aspect.
It's appealing to you because you make music for the right reason that you want to make music. Because a lot of people make music because they want to be famous or they want to
Right.
be rich.
Right.
It's an actual fact. Like people say, "Oh yeah, I love music." Yeah, you love music, sure. Everyone loves music.
You ever hear someone say like, "Yeah, man, music's just my whole life"? They say it like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And you're like, "All right."
sounds like an
life.
exciting life, brother or sister. Yeah, no, I think I definitely agree. I think that's the mindset. You just have to be excited to do it. Otherwise, just go flip burgers. It probably pays more at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, for real.
If you can make $20 an hour, you're
Yeah.
kicking ass, dude.
It's flipping patties.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
even
nothing
flipping.
wrong with that, bro. I love flipping burgers.
I wish that was like more acceptable. I think everyone wants to be famous now. Like when
Yeah,
I used to work in a
of course.
pizza shop, and like the happiest I've ever been in my life. I'm very happy right now. Like it's not like, oh, I'm miserable now. But the happiest I ever was in my life, I was
Carefree.
like 18, working in a pizza shop, making $10 an hour.
Ditto.
Obviously, at this point, I'd be manager of that establishment. We'd be balling,
Yeah.
We'd be balling.
And
17 franchises
it's-
all over the country.
But like it's a community, it's simple. It's like stay in your bubble. Like but
Simple
and I
life.
thought about this the other day too. I was like again bitching about it to Ellie. I was like, man, we're all so connected now, which is great. Social media. But like imagine a time that didn't exist and you could become the best band in your small city. Right? Like say you're in Bakersfield, for instance. Fuck it. Like or wherever.
Akron, Ohio.
Or Akron, Ohio, Black Keys, whatever. Sorry. You can be the best band there, and other people from other towns come, and people talk about it, like, oh, you got to see the Black Keys. They're playing tonight, and maybe
Yeah.
you go there and you don't like it, but that's okay. Like they're dominating that scene, right? Which then people take a risk on exposing them to the world. And now it's like you could be really good in your town, but people in your town may not respect you as really good compared to everyone else there because they're comparing you to fucking everything they're seeing on their phone every minute.
Everything
Which
on
is-
the world. It's like you got to star with the world now.
Yeah, which is intimidating.
Yeah.
And now the good thing is everyone releases music, whether they're good or bad. So you can look at the world and say, oh, at least I'm better than XYZ, which is, not the way you want to look at it. It's not
Yeah.
like a comparative game. It's always taste. But you can tell, like when, there's more effort put in or it's a more like a better project, I guess, or whatever. There's a lot of thought and it differentiates itself in certain ways. But I think as a kid, maybe it's not intimidating, but to me, it would be incredibly intimidating to think the only path I have to become successful in this is to stand out to an extremely
Yeah.
large audience at first.
Yeah.
You can't just go to your high school talent show. Someone's going to fucking film that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, yeah. Whereas
Yeah.
before it was very just casual, small peer group.
Yeah. I tell you what, if you want to be successful as like an independent, freelancer, get really good with a camera.
Yeah.
Like if you want to get into a scene, you're going to be everyone's
Yeah,
best
but
friend.
the thing is, like, everyone is very good with a camera now.
Nah, I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah, like, for our generation, maybe. Like, I sound old saying this, but
You're talking phones.
man, I'm talking. It doesn't
Media.
matter.
Phone
All
cameras
media.
are good.
All
My
media.
friend showed
Yeah.
me a rapper that he's working with, that he's managing. Guy is like 17. He records with his iPhone, like earphones.
Oh, yeah.
The Apple earphones. He records with that, and it's out.
Oh,
and
whoa,
he's
wait.
blowing up.
Like microphone. Is
yes.
That was
in
Steve
Band
Lacy.
Lab. Yeah, that was
Steve Lacy
It doesn't
recorded
matter,
even
bro.
the instruments
My
on his
niece
iPhone.
is 13. She's better at editing than a lot of video editors that I worked with on her phone with CapCut.
Yeah.
She's better. She's just like objectively better. It's just like,
Yeah, but I mean, I still think like if imagine if like you were involved in some sort of scene, like you became friends with a venue, and you're like 17, and it's like in your city or whatever. And if you're decent with a camera, like I think there is still a huge need.
oh
for,
yeah,
like-
no, 100% because everything is filmed.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I meant like, yeah, like if you're a musician, like it's now it's a requirement that you're like
Yes.
able to film yourself correctly, or at least in a cool way. It's part of the package now. It's like if you want to be an athlete, you have to be able to run like 5 miles. Like
yeah,
it-
exactly.
whatever the sport you're performing, like you have to be in shape, and you have to practice. It's just non-negotiable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. I mean,
It's cool.
On the other side of it, like I get anxious about it, or I get like intimidated by all of these things. But at the same time, part of me is like, this is cool. This is a fun challenge.
It is cool. It's like the human evolution,
Yeah.
for better or worse. You know.
Got to adapt.
You know?
Exactly.
Die.
Adapt or die.
It's cool if you think about it. Like any 13-year-old now can solve like most of their life problems because they can find the solution on the internet. They're like equipped to like ask more or less the right question on internet and like find a couple sources and like cross them over and like find the solution to their problem. It is cool.
Yeah.
It means that yes, some people like might not have the same life as before. Like maybe plumbers are going to disappear because everyone can just watch a YouTube tutorial on like how
Right,
to
fix their
how
sink.
to fix
Did
your
that
sink,
once.
you know?
Disgusting. Not
Yeah,
worth
it is. But it's cool that you can do it. Like before, if you didn't know, you didn't know. You just open your sink and you just do what? You
There's,
don't
like,
even know how to
manuals.
close it.
There's manuals and tribal knowledge, you know.
No, yeah, of course.
The mediums were harder to obtain than they are today.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
You
like
see- you
everything
see
else,
my
barrier
point.
to entry is lower for whatever
Exactly.
that may be.
But how
much
fucking
lower.
exciting is it? Like I remember when I was 17.
To fix a sink? So
no,
exciting.
fuck that. That sounds terrible. I don't do that. I would
It
rather
is.
pay someone.
It's terrible.
Yeah. Neo. But like when I was 17 and I got a fucking old version of Reason, a digital audio workspace, like a Logic or people listening, it's like how you record music. And they had like a cheap drum machine on it. And I recorded vocals and I have a full song by my band in high school, Amorous Youth, that's recorded through the MacBook speaker in a garage. It sounds fucking
Hell
sick.
yeah.
You know, like
Play
but like
the
having
outro
it-
song.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see
I will
about
eventually release that as something, but like it's maybe I'll just make it so on Spotify. I don't know, but like it's cool. It's like I didn't mix anything on it, but like putting it all together. I'll never forget. Like the password was horrific 13. That because I inherited it. Like it was literally this guy. I bought it off him for like $50 because he made beats, and I got like a little interface with it, and I spent a whole summer like figuring out how this works, and that was not available to anybody in like the fucking 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
true.
you had to go to a studio, which and what's cool about that is you heard progression. This is why I'm so excited about Celestial's album too. Is when you like a band got $800 or like their mom would give them money. Like the front bottom story is their mom gave them like $500. They went to a studio in Jersey. They had 2 hours and they recorded all the songs they had, raw as fuck.
Wow.
You know, and people fell in love with that music
Sure.
over time because they played everywhere on
Yeah.
the East Coast.
Yeah.
And they just like, it was very unique, but like they did a good job and it became a thing. That would allow for, at the time, an acceptable like first release, and you got to watch the band progress and change into higher production, which I think we've done because our first like album Hope, a lot of that was done very DIY, and for today's standards, it still sounds very very good. It's still high quality, everything's great. But where we're going with Distance, the new song, and Awake, and like the
Better.
stuff we're working on, it's now that we have the studio, you're still going to get that progression, which I think is very important in like for people who find music to find it early and see the original version, fall in love, and then grow with them. And so it's exciting. But you would hear like Green Day. I mean, this is my genres, like Blink-182, Green Day. Like their first albums, it was like fucking awful recording compared to what was available at the time. But people still fell in love with it.
Right.
And it was all tapes. You know, they just like sell tapes at their shows and stuff. And they just go into a studio, mic everything up, go, get it, print it, good. That was it. Some cool art. And so now it's like, I think it's very exciting because you have total control, you know?
Yeah.
And on that note, what are you going to say?
I mean, I want to speak to that a little bit, not to be like more of the pessimist of this episode, but like
Devil's advocate.
devil's advocate is like I like to speak sometimes to how like limitations can be good, and it's like there's no greater limitation than like, okay, I have $500 to spend. I have to go to the studio. We have to play all the songs we know. No time to do post production. No time to do any nitpicky stuff, and then you just come out with something that's beautiful, maybe not technically as advanced, but like you get it done. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. I think the problem that a lot of creators face these days is like and just people in general is access to too much information, too many possibilities. Like,
Well, it's official. The next Celestial song, we're gonna do it with one microphone.
hell yeah, I'm honestly down for that.
Yeah,
We
I'm
could
down.
do that song we actually wrote,
The chill one.
Over Yourself.
Yep,
We could do that with one microphone.
that would be cool.
That would be one that is actually like fitting for that. And an amp. We'd have to mic an amp, but like so 2 mics. But you know what I mean?
Nope.
Like,
No,
One
sir.
microphone?
You guys got to stare at each other.
fuck off.
Why?
Using 2 microphones.
No, just do it for the challenge.
All right, it would be fun. There's no drums in it, so
One microphone, even drums with one microphone sound amazing.
they sound amazing with
Yeah.
one
sound amazing. You just have to know how to play drums.
That's the hard part.
Or not, but you have to like be cool. You know, you have to commit to like being cool.
Yeah.
That's
No,
it.
I fuck with it. I'm really excited to see what we stretch out into, like the space we fill when it comes to the genres and music. Because like Neo, the stuff you've been writing is so cool, and like
Thank you.
it's just it's gonna be cool. I wrote a punk as fuck song yesterday.
Oh, really?
I don't know
Let's
if it's
hear
gonna be
that.
celestial, you know what I mean? But like
No, I wanna hear it.
it has opportunity, right?
Yeah,
we can make it that way. But like the where we stretch out to is gonna be very fun to see, and like what is our pillar like in the center and all that stuff. And
sure.
you can get a little bit of that off of our first album, Hope. Go stream that. But yeah, limitations are good. I agree with you 100%.
It's all about balance. Always has been.
Yeah,
Yeah.
facts.
We've come a long way, boys. I'm really, really happy. I'm so happy we're friends. I fucking love you guys.
Same here, brother.
We've come a long way. Thank
Next
you for the
time,
kiss, bro.
next time you come to La France with us, we
Yes, we
for another adventure.
another adventure.
On that note, thanks so much for listening. As always, go check out Hope, the album. We're super proud of it. We love it. It's the first step on our journey. We also have new music coming relatively soon, so keep on the lookout for that. And
Try to keep up with us.
yeah, yeah, and also listen to Ordinaires AF.
Oui.
Liquid Life, super sick song.
Le France.
Hell yeah.
Do you have you wanted to do like a little ad?
No,
like,
I don't.
You're
have
not
it.
ready for it? All right, you heard it, folks. Soon there will be a
Next time.
Floridian.
There will be a commercial communication.
All right. Peace
Au
out,
revoir.
everybody.
Bye, guys.
Love you.
From us. How far can you go alone before you know that we're for each other, for each other?